Megyn Kelly goes completely off on AOC for saying some unhinged things about the Republican Party and their messaging and how they resonated with young men and what that looked like. Not genuine, a very disingenuous take on that. Not true, just not blatantly lying. And it's funny because this town hall with Bernie Sanders and AOC, like they said some things where it came off like, oh wow, you really seem to be, caring about the American people. And then they went a full 180 with some nonsense takes. And Megyn Kelly just is infuriated by this thing and goes off in a tangent. We're going to sit here and enjoy that. But before we do, I want to remind you guys to subscribe to Resist the Mainstream, because it ensures to YouTube that you're enjoying these videos, and in turn they will continually show up in your feed and they'll push it out to more people. I'm Titus. Let's get into this video.
Had a town hall on CNN last night. Why again? I mean, honestly, like, why are you doing, like, when I was at Fox, if we had a town hall, we were gearing up for an election and we'd put on the candidates and talk to them about their positions. What are these fighting the oligarchy? Did we go over her private jet and his? Here's just a sample. You won't believe who they're blaming for their party's woes.
Why does Republican messaging on social media seem so much more effective than Democratic messaging? And what can we do about it?
Because it is.
Well, that's a great question. I think the Republicans are effective. They have learned a lot about social media. And by the way, it doesn't hurt that their friends own all of the major social media platforms.
It's funny because that's new. Like, it was the complete opposite a few years ago, before Elon Musk bought X, before Mark Zuckerberg stopped censoring as much, before was open about the government, communicating with him on censoring people and all that. Before all that stuff happened, the messaging of the right was getting censored. Like, completely. I dealt with censorship. My original TikTok account is still banned to this day. I've had 2 other accounts banned to this day. So it's funny because it's completely flipped in the way that they're thinking. It's not that our messaging was not effective before, really. I mean, maybe a little bit. I don't even like saying our. I don't even like to identify with these people. They're both insane. But the messaging was taken down. Like, now that, X is a free space for, all kinds of opinions and takes, that's been able to shift the country, or at least be able to see the other perspective and maybe not hate them as much, maybe be open to some of these ideas and realizing that maybe they are beneficial and helpful to our country. Not that they'll ever be implemented by politicians, because they don't actually work for us. They're supposed to. Anyways, the point is, the messaging, I think, you can, at a certain point, just telling people that they're evil and they're bad because they don't agree with every little thing that you want to promote or that you think is good, because they don't align with every single thing, that they're the problem. Eventually they're going to be like, okay, well, who are you? I don't, maybe I don't want to be affiliated with you. As a matter of fact, I'm not going to affiliate myself with you because you guys are terrible. So I think that's what it is. But just wait for AOC's take on this, because it's wonderful.
So because they have also been very clear, especially digitally, about what they believe. That women are inferior, that do not, and they do not deserve equal rights.
When has that ever been stated by a majority of the right? Are there insane extremes on both sides that have said unhinged things? Yes, but you cannot take those extreme takes and then put that on the general public of each, or the general, the people, the majority of people that are actually on each side of the political spectrum, left or right. You cannot take an extreme take and put it on everybody, because when on earth has it been a popular take that people on the right think that women are inferior to men? When has it ever been stated? I don't think so.
That they believe that LGBTQ Americans are subhuman.
Subhuman. Let's take away even just all Republicans. Let's just say the Christian conservative Republicans. They don't even think that LGBT people are subhuman. They disagree with their lifestyle. They think it's wrong. They don't think it should be promoted in society, which is their right to believe, just as it is your right to believe that it should be. But they don't think they're subhuman. What are you talking about?
And they are able
subhuman
to radicalize and target and exploit a generation of young boys, in particular, away from healthy masculinity and into an insecure masculinity that requires the domination of others who are poorer, browner, darker, or a different gender than them.
Not her shaking her head. Yeah, that's it. That's right, AOC. So you get asked, why is the Republican messaging so much better than the Democrat? And instead of saying their messaging is good because of maybe I disagree with this, but this is why, you just radicalize everything. You think that's how they got the general public? Do you think that's how they got moderates to sway more to the right by these extreme takes you just gave? Hey, hey, to the people that are center right or center left, yeah, we got them to join the right because we said that men or women are inferior to men, because we said the LGBT community is subhuman. Like Charlie Kirk would even have trans people, gay people as ambassadors for Turning Point USA. He did not agree with that lifestyle. That's in blacks, and everyone tries to act like, you know, whatever. So the point is, what do you mean? I'm so confused by this.
Let's be perfectly clear. There was indeed one party that radicalized today's young men, and it was yours, madam. It was yours. It was yours who blamed them for literally everything, just because they were born and born male. The nerve. Your side demonized them at every turn and laughed when they ever dared to express any actual pain at the circumstances that they were forced into through no fault of their own. You are absolutely disgusting to now try to turn it around and say it is the Republican Party which came to their rescue that, quote, radicalized them. You don't know any young Republican men. I guarantee you right now that woman knows zero Republican men because none of them would be seen with her. And for her to come out there and try to turn what she and her brethren did to them for years around it all, never mind to then blame it on the party that actually stood up for them, is the height of gall. That is infuriating. And the Republicans want to treat trans people as subhuman. It's your side that wants to take non-trans children, perfectly healthy children who may be going through normal emotional distress, and literally give them double mastectomies so that you can feel better about who you are. That's what you and your party are doing. The Republicans are standing up for minors who deserve to have adequate and healthy sexual function when they get older, who deserve to breastfeed their children, who deserve to have children and not be sterilized at age 14 by puberty blockers into cross-sex hormones, a problem with which they will deal for the rest of their lives long after you have sailed into the sunset, abuelita. So you can take a seat on lecturing the right half of the country on the dehumanization of so-called trans people. How dare you? How dare you? Okay, so we're 3 minutes into the show. Deep breaths.
Abuelita, why we say that?
I had read the soundbite. I had not seen it played out. It's different when you hear it. F that woman. If she runs for president, I might run. Honestly, I'll find my way into the ticket somehow. There's no way this person can run for president or be president. No. Okay, let's keep going. There's more.
Yo, so yeah, that pissed Megyn Kelly off. Let me just say, that's true. I mean, Megyn Kelly, what she's saying is, with the extreme levels of just, if you're not with us on everything, you're against us, vilifying, canceling, doxing, bullying, insulting, moral superiority, like thing that the left was doing for so many years, left a lot of people feeling disenfranchised and like as if they were less than because they didn't fully align with everything. Maybe they aligned with some things, maybe aligned with most things, but they didn't align with something else, and that made them some sort of ick or phobic. And so that obviously is going to push them in a different direction. And then yes, the right did accept a lot of people. They opened their arms and said, hey, you know what, we may not agree on everything, but I think you have the right to be able to think that way. I don't think you should have to conform to every little thing that the left believes. And I just believe in freedom. I believe in faith. I believe in this. And I want you to as well, but you don't have to. But let's fight, at least let's agree on what we agree on and disagree on what we disagree on, and be able to live amongst each other in peace and harmony. That was one of the, I don't, obviously, like I said, I'm not saying every politician believes that, but at least that would be like a form of messaging. And so, and on both sides. So, or no, that form of messaging was from the right within the last few years. And that's what turned people to the right. And that's why Trump won in a landslide. But if you're going to say like the reason why things aren't working out for us, it has everything to do with them, then they're never going to come up with any solutions to actually bring people to your side, because it's always someone else's fault. And that's crazy. And I hope she never runs for president either. So anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to comment down your thoughts below. Can't wait to see you on the next one. Peace.